Hello, this is a video to guide you step by step to create the Interact procedure lesson. And there are few important tips I want to share with you. First, you will need to know what is the topic of this Interact procedure activity you want to create. Like what you what kind of the knowledge you want the user learn after they complete this procedure. So for my example, I want to use in this video is car suspension disassembly training module. This is my topic. So that I will want the user to learn how to safely remove the major car suspension component after they complete this procedure activity. Then once you define your learning objective for this procedure activity, then you will need to find the related model that fit your procedure idea. For example, I will need a car suspension model as I already add it inside this lesson. So that okay, you can also add multiple or different model as long as those models are fit your procedure idea accordingly to your requirement, your complexity of your procedure activity. But for this video, I will just do a simple demo. So that's why I only need one model, which is the car suspension in this lesson. After that, the third tips is that you need to plan you need how many steps and the context of the steps so that how to say to allow the user look to your steps context and they can interact with the interaction that we're going to build later and understand what is the instruction they need to do step by step so that they can learn something after they complete this procedure activity. For example, my topic is car suspension disassembly training module, and I prepare 4 simple steps context for this procedure. Step 1, I want to remove my wheel by touching this wheel nut. And then the second step is I want to disconnect this sway bar from this lower control arm. I want to disconnect this. For this one, I will just simply touch this sway bar because there is these nuts actually I cannot use as these nuts not allow me to use in this interaction. So I will just touch this sway bar. For the third step, I want to do it differently so that you can learn the interaction from this video as well. The third step, I want the user to answer the quiz correctly, and then to remove this shock absorber for the third step. And then for the last step, I want to move out this entire upper control arm and this bracket kit lift up together when the user need to find what is the remaining nuts they need to loosen. So for this last step, I will use surface area trigger. Then right now I already prepare this 4-step context, and then I can start to build the interaction already. Then for the first step, what I mentioned just now is I want to touch the wheel nuts to pull out the wheel. So that's why I will need the part trigger. So I will need to choose this part trigger. And then wheel nuts parts. So which means later go to the play mode, if I touch this wheel nut right in the procedure activity, then it will activate and trigger the wheel to pull out. And then the second step I just now mentioned is I want to touch the this stray bar. So I will need to pick this stray bar, and then I will also name it as part. Then the third one is I say I want to answer the quiz activity correctly. For my special learning case, I want the user to answer the quiz. So I will have prepared a quiz activity inside this assessment portal. So this is a question, how to remove the shock absorber, and the C is the correct answer, loosening the nuts and lift out carefully, which is this nut. So I need to prepare a quiz and then come back to this Interact portal, switch to the trigger tabs, and then create, use this assessment pass, pick the quiz activity I create and name it quiz pass. Then my last step is I want to find the remaining nuts, right? But I don't want to tap this nut one by one. I can use this surface area trigger, cover the 4 nuts so the user can see, okay, these are the 4 nuts they need to, the remaining 4 nuts they need to take note. So once the user touch this blue ring, right, then this this upper control arm and the bracket kit will lift up. This is my step 4 context. For this one, I will just name it as a surface area. Simple. Okay, right now trigger we already create. We need to create the action as well. Trigger is the one that you activate it, and then action is the one that after you activate the trigger, what is the visual will be represented to the user. So the first step just now I say is I want to pull out this wheel, so I will use the move action, and I tap this wheel and move up. Okay, wheel, pull the wheel, and then the speed I think 1 second is okay. And then press next. Then the next step I do is I want to disconnect this sway bar, so that I also need to use move so that I can disconnect it outside to the sway bar. The third is the answer the quiz, and I want to lift out this shock absorber. So I will need to use move action again for this shock absorber, and then I need to move up. Maybe like this. So they can move out like this. Lift up, lift a shock absorber. Then the final step is I want to lift out these 2 things together. However, they are separate mesh part, so I need to create two move action instead of 1. For example, I come to this move action, right? You can see it highlight only this bracket, but what I want this action to be do the playback is this arm, this bracket kit, and this upper arm can be moved out together. Unfortunately, they are separate mesh, so I need to create 2 move action for here. I will create this bracket kit lift the bracket lift kit first. Okay. Then after that, I will need to create another move action if this arm, because I need to know how high of the bracket key just now I lift, so I can use this start from and then choose bracket kit. Then I will have a reference how high it is, and then right now I pull the upper control arm to just nice fit the size, the height. Then I will leave the upper control arm. Okay. So right now I have 5 action and 4 trigger. And the number 4 and the number 5 action actually is linked to this surface area. Now is the time for us to create the interaction build blocker. Sorry, not blocker. Interaction as a building block for the step that we need to use in the procedure activity letter. My step 1 is pull the wheel and select the wheel nut. My second step is pull the sway bar and touch the sway bar. My third step is I want to lift the shock absorber by answering the quiz successfully. My fourth step is lift the bracket kit when the user touch the surface area. But at the same time, I will also want to lift the upper control arm. So select this number 4 interaction, click this add more action button here. Pick the upper arm just now we create. So right now you can preview this interaction actually by clicking this play button. Then you will see the visual result. When you touch the surface area in the plane. You also can view the other action so that whether it fit your expectation or not. Okay. So this is a very simple interaction that I create for the procedure step. Right now I need to create the procedure activity. Opening this assessment portal and then scroll to the last page. Click this procedure tab and create. So I have prepared the text earlier. So right now I will just copy and paste. Okay, so this is my title and this is my description I want to share with the user. Okay, then after that I press next, and then this is a part to fill in the context of the steps. For my steps 1, I was doing is the wheel removal, and then my description is tap the wheel nut to begin the loosening and removing the nut, then pull out the wheel. Right now I need to find the correct interaction, which is this guy. Then my step 2 is disconnect the sway bar. And then my description is orange sway bar. Tap the orange sway bar by removing and this to removing the connection link and the mounting box. The mounting box is the upper control arm that one. So leave out from the suspension system. Then this is my next step. So my third step is that leave the shock absorber. My description is answer the quiz correctly, and the correct answer is what you should do in the real world to remove the shock absorber safely and properly. So this is the context I want to share with the user. So once they look to the correct answer, right, they need to do whatever the correct answer in the real world so that to remove the shock absorber safely and properly. It depends on what kind of the design you want. So this is my design. And then my last step is remove the upper control arm and the bracket kit. So my description for this step is find out where is the remaining nuts that need to be loosened to lift out the entire upper control arm and bracket kits together. So I need to find my surface area lift bracket kit interaction. And then right now it's done. So I already create 4 steps for this activity. So right now it's a time for you to go to the play mode. So I save it and then open it and check back your activity detail. If you want to edit, you can open this assessment portal, select the activity, click edit, and you can see this got one line. This one can click one. So after you click, and then you can edit anything here. No need to recreate the new one. If you just want to edit by add some new step or change the interaction, you can do it like this. So after that, I click confirm, and then it's time for me to save and go to the play mode. Hello. So just now we finished to create the interact procedure activity. And then right now I go switch to the play mode of this lesson. And to start the procedure activity, you will need to click the assessment button under the bottom right side. And then pick the car suspension disassembly. Just now we set. And then after you click it, you will see the start interface. To this text is what we just now assigned for this activity. And then after press, you will see the interface like this. So we'll have the step 1 and the step 1 description under the middle bottom. And you'll see the right side will have a next step button. But in order to go to next step, you will need to interact with the interaction. Just now we assign to the step 1 until step 4. So right now step 1 just now we assign is do the removal view by tapping this view nuts. So after I tap it to begin the loosening, and then he will pull out the wheel. So for the next step is to lift out this complete sway bar by tapping this sway bar. So you also can make the trigger be more advanced complexity, like you want to touch this very small nuts under here is also okay. It really depends what kind of the design requirement for you. So for me right now, I just make it simple to touching this sway bar, then he will lift out this sway bar come out. And then the next step is to answer this quiz challenge. Answer this quiz correctly, and then the correct answer is what you should do in the real world to remove the shock absorber safely and properly. So for this step, I didn't use the cut trigger. I was using the quiz pass trigger.
How to remove the shock absorbers.
So right now I need to answer this quiz correctly, which is this: loosening the nuts and lift out carefully the nuts here. So after I answer this, then the action will be do the playback for the user. And then right now go to the last step is to find out where are the remaining nuts need to be loosened to lift out the entire bracket key and the upper control arm assembly. So which is this guy. Just now we create is to using the surface area trigger, and then we can see the remaining nuts actually is this 4 guy. So I just nice to touch this blue ring, then you leave out entire thing. So yeah. After I press the next step, then I have complete this procedure activity for this training module. Just now I create. It's a very simple procedure activity. So it's not necessary to. I mean the trigger idea is really up to you, up to the design. What I create here actually is a simple demo. What is the important tips you need to know so that you can start to add the relevant 3D model to the learning objective you want to create for these procedure activities. And then you can plan what is the step context for this procedure activity. What is the step 1 to do, step 2 to do, step 3 to do. And then according the step context, you will need to create the interaction as serve as a building blocks, like what we have in this demo video, simple demo video. So yeah, I think generally that's it from me for this demo. Thank you.